Hey guys, what's going on? Greenville Gear. Always appreciate you watching the channel and sharing in this collecting journey with me. I hope your collections are going well, and most importantly, you're having fun in the hobby. As the description indicates, today I have some 1960 Topps to show you, and I think this is a total of 21 cards, and it is, for me, just such a neat set. I've been working on it now for, I guess, a couple years, that's for sure. And I'm not done. I don't even think I'm halfway done, to be real honest. But it's just a lot of fun. I love this set so much. It's got such great eye appeal for me. I love the colors. I love the portrait. Then I love the inset photo. I love the back as well, with the cartoons. So the art is great. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So I've got 21 cards to show you. I just gave you Dick Trott there in the background as a kind of preview. But it's just a beautiful set, and these are going to go in my binder after I finish this video. I've been marking them off in a hard copy on a sheet of paper or sheets, and then I took pictures of that and I put it into a note on my phone, and so I always have it at the ready so I know which cards I need and so on. So let me get into it. Well, first there was Dick Trott. We saw him. Pitcher for the Cubs. Up next is Frank Thomas. Not the Frank Thomas, but a third baseman outfielder for the Cubs. And by the way, these are all in Greg Morris holders, the Card Saver ones. And they're not all Greg Morris wins. I just make a habit of keeping Card Saver ones, and then I kind of stack these up and make a pile for you so that I can show you all, you know, eventually in these compiled videos. There's Jake Stryker from the White Sox. What a great name. I also love, and I'm a sucker for this if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, I love horizontal orientation cards. And so the 1960 set works for me in that way as well. I love the subset of this card, which is the Sport Magazine Rookie Stars. I don't have the Yaz card yet. That's going to be an important pickup for me at some point. So I'm going to need that, but this is Bill Harris. And some of these with this orange, I've noticed in my past experience kind of with the set, and you can kind of see this a little bit, see that black flaking and stuff. I think as these cards got rubbed, they sometimes look a little dirty. Here's one as well. This is Manuel Javier. You can see a little bit of the rubbing. I see them in different varying degrees of that kind of dirtiness almost that it looks like. But it doesn't bother me too much. So there's the Manuel Javier. Here's Charlie Neal. Charlie had a good career. He was, I think he played 8 years maybe in the majors. He played in the Negro Leagues before that. Great player. Had a really great year in 1959. I think he won the Gold Glove that year, was an All-Star, played in the World Series. I think he had a home run in the World Series, and he's a 3-time All-Star, really good player. So that's Charlie Neal. I'll just leave him in the stand, give you a little background. Here's Glenn Hobby from the Cubs, a pitcher. Nice looking card. And so I kind of make a habit when I get these 1960 Topps of kind of in this EX plus range. I don't know if that's true. I have a hard time grading my own cards, but there's Roger Craig. Went on to be a manager, right? This is from his pitching days. Let's put Roger in the background too. I hate these stands. I know I've talked about it on the channel. If anybody has a recommendation for a sturdier stand, these acrylic plastic ones tip over so easily. Really don't like them. Sammy White from the Red Sox. Catcher. There's me getting a text, by the way. So now you know that my phone is just off camera. Sorry about that. There's the Sammy White in the back. Here's Ernie Johnson. I mean, the colors on this set, this is just a crisp card. And I have got some of these through Greg Morris. I'll just place some bids when there's a bunch of them coming up for sale. And then I'm usually kind of pleasantly surprised, you know, when I wake up the next morning that I won 10 or 12 of them. So I've had pretty good success getting them from Greg Morris. These aren't all Greg Morris pickups, but I'm sure a few of these came. Like a lot of you that show content and have channels, I kind of set stuff aside for a month or so, and then I do a video like this to kind of show off what I've been up to and keep you posted. There's Gene Green. There's Julio from the Senators. First baseman. This one's off a little bit left to right, but that's okay. Perfect binder beauty. Cuban born. Here's Fred Green. Pitcher for the Pirates. I mean, this card is pretty clean. Pretty sharp. Nice corners. Here's Neil Chrisley. Neil attended Nev Berry College. A little cartoon. Here's Ken McBride. The White Sox. I mean, if you love vintage cards, and just kind of looking at some of these, I hope this is interesting to you. I just think these are just such great looking cards. A few more here ungraded, and then I've got a couple graded cards to show you. There's a Harry Anderson. Harry looks a little sleepy there. And here's Bob Keegan. The artwork for the logos on this set is great too. Rochester, New York. Shout out Rochester. But just the logos. Here's the Cleveland Indians, of course now the Guardians. Back then you've got Chief Wahoo on the sleeve there, and you've got that logo. A little bit of paper loss there or something. Right in the word league. Don't know what's going on with that. But again, going to be perfect for the binder. Let me show you two more. And if you watch the channel, you know this. I grab these in PSA 7s if I can. 7s or better. And I haven't counted how many I'm up to. Probably 20, 25. I'm not counting the Hall of Famers that are just in my kind of vintage collection broadly, that, you know, separate than that. But here's Ike DeLock from the Red Sox, Fenway behind him. PSA 7. And so I don't think that condition is too different than some of the cards I just showed you. Some of these might grade in that universe. But I've just been in the habit of picking these up when I see them. And if I see them at a good price. And so it's just been fun. I don't really have the aim of the whole set graded or anything like that, but it's just fun to chip away at it. So what I usually do is if I get one, excuse me, if I get one in a 7 like this, I will then make sure that I get a binder appropriate copy, obviously ungraded, that I can still slip in. So I have two versions of the card, just kind of the way that I do it. But here's Al Schroll. Al Schroll is an interesting guy. I think he was called, his nickname was the Bull. He didn't have a long career at all. In fact, very few appearances. I think he kind of broke into the league in 58, kind of was up and down to the minors, and then was out of the league by 61 or 62. Don't quote me on that, but kind of an interesting story. I was looking him up and finding out a bit more about Al Schroll, the Bull. Short-lived major league career for a pitcher, but here I have number 357 in a PSA slab. So that's it. I'm going to put these in the binder. Obviously not the graded ones, but there they are. Roger Craig and Charlie O'Neill will go in there as well. and I'm getting there. I haven't looked at my percentages of the collection. I'm up to 30-something, 40-something percent perhaps. And it's just a lot of fun collecting a vintage set properly. It's really the first one that I've worked on in earnest, and I just have a lot of fun doing it as a collector. So anyway, let me know what you enjoyed, and if you have a fondness for 1960 tops, or maybe if you're building a vintage set that you really love and speaks to you. I'd love to know about it. Someday I'm thinking about what I might do down the road and what sets might be fun to collect. I really like 56 tops as well. I have a bunch of 1966 tops. I have a bunch of 1950 Bowman, just kind of setting stacks of cards. But for me, 1960 tops is the one that I'm really properly kind of going after. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.